right, hello everyone, I'm Nate and welcome to the channel. This is week 2 of Fixed Axle February. Thank you for those who have submitted so far for week 1. That is closed here by the 3rd here. So if you didn't get those tricks down, it doesn't mean you can't enter this week, right? So if you're just finding out about this contest, well, welcome to the contest. You're welcome to join this week and the following. This is meant to be something a little bit for everybody. So if you can't do all the tricks every single week, if you can only do 1, great. If you can do 2, 3, 4, whatever, however many you can do, whatever you complete, that's how many times you get in the raffle. So for the drawing. So right now, if you complete week 1 and week 2, you have 8 entries. So the more, well, you know how math works. Okay. All right. So the 4 here today, some of them go together, some of them don't. They do work off a little bit from last week as well. They are going to progressively get a little harder. I've tried to put somewhat of an easier one into each category. But the first one is going to be a zipper stall, right? So if you know the trick zipper, well, it's based off of that, but for fixed axle play. You can do this both from a breakaway or from a front throw. I'm good either way. I'm going to show it from a breakaway. So what you're going to do here is you're going to get into a trapeze stall, which was a trick from last week, right? And you're going to roll out, okay? Just like that. Now you're going to need to be able to do both over and under, just like that, okay? So it's a really cool kind of roll out, right? And you can combine it with other tricks, right? But that's the idea. So like I said, you can also throw this from a front throw like this. So again, you have to do over and under. So you can't just do the one. So if you're doing from a trapeze, you can't just do that and make it count. You got to do one. So it's kind of 2 tricks in one. I know, I'm sorry. But you have to be able to do both. That's going to show control. So the next trick here is a stop and go to Eli Hops. Now you can do stop and go the traditional way, like this, where you're pulling down just with one hand from a front throw. That's not what we're talking about. In order to get into an Eli Hop version of this, you need to do, right, a spinning. You're going to pull your hands together like this, and you're going to pull your hands apart, okay? So that's the idea. Now, the tricky part of this, to land it back on the trapeze, is that the yo-yo spin is going the opposite direction. So it's going to want to tilt, right? So you might want to have a yo-yo like this one. I have the psychedelic butterfly here, a nice wider fixed axle yo-yo. But again, anything works as long as it's fixed axle, okay? No bearings, nothing like that, no transaxle. Now you want to get a pretty solid spin on that because you want to have a lot of momentum, and then you're pulling your hands apart, okay? So let me go ahead and show you what it actually looks like from doing that, for you pulling your hands apart to an Eli Hop, right? And then landing it back down. So there you go. All right, that's the trick. So again, you can maybe even exaggerate it a little more than I did there, but I would make that count. So again, you're pulling your hands apart, you're pulling it up, and there you go. So it's landing on the string, right, in that Eli Hop formation, but it's backspin. So you want to make sure that you kind of pull down that pretty quickly because everything's fighting against the yo-yo. It's tilting, it's all that. It's definitely going to show some control. All right, that's probably one of the harder tricks for this week. So good luck to you on that one. Practice that one. If you've not messed around with the this version of that, you might want to go ahead and do some of that because it's going to take some control. All right, so maybe just try that without landing it on the trapeze like I just did there, and then maybe take it to that next level. So you got this. All right, the next one is, it's a must. All right, I'm gonna have to actually back the camera up a little bit to show you the whole thing, but really, it's shoot the moon. All right, so you have to know shoot the moon if you're gonna learn anything for modern fixed axle. I feel like this is a standard trick. It also shows control as well. It's one of those tricks kind of as old as the yo-yo almost, probably. You're going to need to do 3 rotations, or 3 reps rather, of this trick, okay, in order to complete it, and then back to the hand. The final trick is going to be a lunar landing. So from, and you need to do 1 rep of the shoot the moon, but you can do 1, you can do your 3, right, and then land it on the lunar landing if you want. I'll show you that here. Let me back the camera up so you can see the full motion of it. All right, I got my head cut off here, but you see here what I'm doing here? Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna throw it up and back. All right, so that's the, That's the first one there. So 3 reps, okay? So up and out, okay? That would be 1, okay? All right, now for the lunar landing part of this, all right, you're going to do 1 rotation. Again, you can do all 3 of your reps and then kind of land it in a lunar landing, but this is what a lunar landing looks like. So I'm going to be catching it here in this sort of chopstick sort of mount here, right? And so then it's a stall there. So there we go. All right, almost went out of there. All right, but that's the idea. You're going to catch it just like that, all right? And then throw it out. So you can do your 3 rotations if you want, and then catch it in that lunar landing. That is the 4th and final trick. All right, just like so. All right. All right, so there you have it. Those are the 4 tricks. We need to do an over and under zipper stall. We need to do a stop and go to Eli Hops. And then we also need to do 3 reps of shoot the moon. And then finally, the 4th one is a shoot the moon to a lunar landing. All right. Good luck to you. These ones are a little harder, all right? So if you're newer to Fix Axle, give yourself some time with these ones. If you're posting to Instagram for these ones, make sure you're using the hashtags FixAxleFebruary 2022 and FixAxleFebruary week 2, okay? So you'll see that here. You can also post them, of course, to the Yo-Yo Expert Forum. That's actually been really easy for me to count you, but I'm good either way, okay? But there'll be a separate thread here. I'll have a link in the description here. You have till the 10th, okay, of February here, till 11:59 to submit your post for that. No later than that for this week's post. I'm sorry too, if you're kind of late to the game, you can't post last week's. So you got to post this week's. You have 4 entries if you get all 4. All right, good luck to you. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments here. And until the next one, later.